Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a special late night edition of Speak on the Podcast Post Game Live NBA Finals Game 3 edition. I am your host, Big Mike. We are here. I'm in the building. And yeah, man, I'm by myself. I'm by myself with our two Boston Celtic correspondents. I got Blackheart in the building.
Yeah, my fault. What's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's late night vibe.
And I got my man Trey in the building.
My cousin's in here?
Yes,
Oh, wow. He came unexpected. Like, I wasn't expecting him to even be in here. Okay, never mind. So I was wrong.
Trey, when you get it, there you
what's
go.
good? What's good?
What's going on,
sir? Someone's happy. Someone's happy. As we should.
Yes, y'all should be feeling good. I mean, I'm sure it was a little nerve-wracking in the third quarter, but
yes,
nevertheless, Celtics do get the dub, 116-100. They are up 2-1 in this series. This game was all over the place. There is a lot going on in this game. I think we'll start out giving Trey. We got to start with Trey because if you joined us on our last post game live, the debate was about Jaylen Brown, and clearly Jaylen Brown hurt us because he came out on a mission in that first quarter, in that first half, and did he put something on the Warriors in the first half? I believe he had 22 in the first half. Second half, third quarter, looked like Boston was going to keep this thing going, and then the Warriors did that thing that they do where they become an unstoppable third quarter team and just completely went off. Steph is getting 7-point plays and hitting everything. Clay got hot for a few minutes there, and the Warriors actually took the lead, and I was out at a bar like I have been for most of these finals. And
wait, how can you go to a bar on a Wednesday night, bro?
It's the finals, man. It's the finals.
That gives no damn excuse.
Finals, you got to do special things during the finals.
Yeah, if your team was actually in it, but your team's not in it.
I'm a sports fan. I'm just happy in general.
Okay, happy-go-lucky, man. We'll talk about that. Okay, we'll talk about some other stuff.
But my boy, when the Warriors took the lead, it was so quiet in that bar. I could feel the tension in that bar because it was like, oh boy, because the Celtics were doing that thing that they do where they forget how to take care of the ball and they just start turning the ball over all the time, and the Celtics made them pay. And then in the fourth quarter, I got to give them credit. I feel like it's weird because the Celtics won by 16. But I feel like the Celtics stole this game because Golden State started missing shots in the fourth quarter that I would expect them to make. And to Boston's credit, they took advantage and punched them right back in the face. And you looked up and Boston was blowing them out again. So a very weird game. The calls were funny. Draymond played terrible. He played terrible, but I felt like he was out of rhythm because he was in foul trouble the whole game. Steph was in foul trouble. It was a weird game. Jason Tatum was playing like trash during that whole Warriors run, and then all of a sudden couldn't miss in the fourth quarter. This game was all over the place. You got your cheerleader Paul Pierce jumping around all over the place.
Whoa. Cheerleader. First and foremost, don't disrespect the truth right now, okay? That's not the type of party to even do that right now, bro. Stay in your lane, Mike.
He's having his night tonight, but he surely looked like the mascot with his jacket on and his shades and hopping up and down. Like,
hey, I like a black Irish leprechaun. I'm one of them. He's one of them. So Your microphone's muted, cuz.
Oh yeah, Trey, your mic's muted.
Yeah, I would say that
There
he
you go.
actually had almost as good of a game as Draymond.
Then
So
and then you got my man Nelly in the building. You got Jadakiss in the building, along with my man Millie's over there too. I was like, oh, okay, they really trying to get the stars out for this.
The
They just
stars
in
were out.
case.
The stars were out in Boston tonight.
Stars were out.
But how'd y'all feel about the game?
Trey, since you're more in depth than what the hell I was, I'll do my point last.
I mean, basically, it was a better showing from the Celtics than the first two games. I mean, the third quarter was the first couple of minutes of the third quarter wasn't as bad. So it's like if you were watching, you thought, okay, the Celtics look like they're not gonna, you know, have a bad collapse in the third quarter, and then next thing you know, yeah,
Boom.
it was a collapse. It was a collapse. So that's what the Warriors team can do to you. If you turn over the ball, they'll make you pay.
They're gonna
They're gonna make you pay, and then also if you're lacking on the defensive end, if you miss rotations, they're gonna get an easy layup. They didn't do that much tonight. They either made us pay from three if we were playing in drop coverage.
Which y'all are still playing drop coverage,
and it's making me wonder, like, are we doing this on purpose? Like, we just living with it, kind of? Because I don't mind when Robert Williams plays in drop coverage, because with him, I know he's capable of recovering with the block. Like, we saw it in the first game, he blocked Steph Curry's three. Like, he's capable of doing that if he steps up at the right time. So, but yeah, we're letting a lot of shots get off, and then they're gonna miss shots. So that's the thing. When they're feeling themselves and they go out there and they're taking shots, whether we're up or we're down, we got to take advantage of that. When they miss those shots, we got to go out there and get in transition and get buckets too. And if we,
I felt like the key for Boston tonight too was they capitalized on Golden State's turnovers. When Golden State made a mistake, Boston made them pay every time.
Mm-hmm.
And that also helped because, like I said, when Golden State had a chance in the third and early in the fourth, they were just making bad plays. They were just bad passes. Steph had a couple bad passes where I was just like, "What are you doing?" Like, and then I think the X factor. I really think the X factor to this game was Robert Williams and Grant Williams, because in the fourth quarter it just felt like they were getting every rebound. Just every rebound was going to them, and they were getting offensive rebounds, and it was too much. It was too much. And now, we've got the drama with Steph, and I don't know if it's his ankle, if it's groin, I don't know. All I know is
that's when I smiled, and then I said, "Ooh, that's not going to be good for Golden State." If somehow they tweak his ankle, it might be like a low grade sprain. He could be out for maybe like they could try to rush that timetable a
so they
little bit.
already
They definitely need him. You know what I'm saying? But if he's not going to be playing a good couple of games, that's supposed to be trouble right there.
If Steph can't play, they can't win. We can wrap it up right now. If Steph can't play, we can wrap it up right now.
Steph's going to play game 4 for sure.
I'm sure he's going to play.
I think he's already alluded to
how good is he going to play.
Right, and that's what they're going to have to really think about. Okay, is it really desperado time? We're down 2-1. Steph is tweaking his ankle. God knows how that is going to play out. Clay actually stepped up this game compared to what he did the last game, and you've seen that kind of transition then, so you still be wary of that. Jordan Poole, this is where they got to say, this is your time to shine. If Clef does not play, he's going to be playing extensive minutes. And to ask for that right now, it's tricky to do if you're Steve Kerr. Is when you got to be able to say, okay,
you got to find it somewhere.
he might have to pull some extensive minutes, or someone else off the bench is going to have to spread some of that minutes around.
No mercy on Steph Curry. I'm not concerned about this ankle injury. He's gonna play, and he's still capable of putting up 30. I don't want to hear anything like last series was the Jimmy Butler excuse. The dude came out and dropped 47 points. All right. Now we have Steph Curry seemingly getting fell on by Al Horford.
Seemingly.
Whose weight
on him.
Whose weight?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he fell on him, but who like his weight did not go on his ankle the way they're making it
the way
seem.
Marcus Smart did.
So I feel as though he's gonna be fine. Steph was out there the whole entire game, just over exaggerating contact, falling after everything, and I feel as though he's gonna be fine this next game. So we'll see.
We will see. I'm curious to see, because one thing I did notice in this game was that Boston was hunting for Steph. They were looking for him, and they were trying to get one-on-ones with him every chance, especially Jason Tatum. He was looking for Steph to cook him. So Steph already is, he's not a bad defender, but he's not
I don't think
really
so.
good defender. And now you putting that on a bad ankle, this could be trouble. This could be trouble. Now, I picked the Celtics to win tonight. I figured this game was, I didn't expect that collapse, but I figured Boston would win comfortably tonight, because that's what they do. They win, then they lose.
Yeah, I was expecting the lead to start dwindling the fuck down to where it was in single digits. Like, I was expecting that to happen. And then I'm just like, oh, God, here we go. And then you see Marcus hit a three. Jaylen Brown started coming back from out of nowhere. And I'm just like, yo, what's going on with this goddamn game? We cannot maintain the lead, even for 4 fucking quarters. It's always somehow by the third quarter, we start to fuck up, we start to collapse. And we cannot afford to do that and have to fight from behind during the fourth. That's where Golden State are known to extend that lead to give it no chance. So tonight we did get lucky when it came to that third quarter situation. Cause I really was sitting here. I sat back. I'm like, we're gonna throw away the game like this. It's just gonna. I thought Steph was gonna go off for 50. To really be honest,
the way he was shooting,
just from the way that he was shooting the crazy ass shots, I was like, bro, no, you got to stop this man. Don't give him no breathing space at all. Like with Al Horford, he left that little breathing space for him to shoot that crazy ass three and make the N1. I was like, that's Steph for you.
That 4-point play was crazy. That was
like almost some 2K shit.
It was. That was some shit.
Like, for real, bro. Only 2K niggas that play this way gets that shot. But
we'll see. I do want to say, so here we are again now after game 3.
This is a fucking Boston match, man. I can't stand it.
Jason Tatum had 26, 9 and 6. But I feel like Jason Tatum would be the MVP right now. But I think Jaylen Brown has walked into the conversation.
Oh, now you want to put JB in this conversation now?
Well, listen, Dylan is the one that can't stand Jaylen Brown. Dylan's the one that can't stand it. I like Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
I don't think he's as good as Jason Tatum.
Wait. Speaking of which, where is our Jets and Brooklyn Nets fan?
I actually, he hit me up. He said he was going to be ready, and then he disappeared. So I'm
then he probably comatose. He going off for 26 points and damn self.
I give him the benefit of the doubt. It's a late game. Maybe he had to knock out.
No.
Jaylen Brown, though, he managed to have a good game. Last game he put up 17 points in a blowout. This game he had 27 points, 9 boards, 5 assists. And I think he's firmly in first place for Finals MVP.
Even though it's only been one game.
Yes, Jaylen Brown. Steph Curry, I would say, is number 2.
Okay, wait. Ladies and gentlemen, who's the star of the first? No, who's the star of game 1? Al Horford, right? start a game 3,
I
Jamie.
would say it
I
was
haven't
Jaylen
seen
Brown.
Tatum be in that conversation that he was the X factor that got us that win just yet. Now he needs to do that in game 4 in order for him to re-enter that conversation.
I
Yeah,
hear what you're
Because
saying, but
in real
Tatum
reality,
to
it's your
had
co-star and your veteran player that got you those 2 dubs.
the only person that gets credit for game 2 is Steph Curry. Like all the Celtics had a shit game.
except
Game
for
2,
Tatum.
but then the first game he had such a shit game that the game 2 doesn't even count.
Yeah, like
And
that's
then
why I'm
game
like, wait,
3,
hold on, man. I think the focus is not going to be on Tatum anymore if he doesn't play the way that they've been talking about. He's knocking on the door to becoming a superstar. Where is that game in this final series? Is what the
it
question that
could
we have to
definitely
ask.
come.
It
It
could
can
It
definitely
has to be
still
come.
either
come.
If
game
he puts
4,
up
game 5,
40,
or game
that could
6.
sway the whole NBA Finals MVP discussion.
Exactly.
Puts up
So
40 next game,
right
then it's
now, it's still
next
a
thing you know
coin
it's
flip in the
JT.
air between who's going to be the MVP of the series.
And
Because at the end of the day, where did Marcus Smart go off for some weird reason?
Steph
And then
Curry
you be
could
like,
come back next game,
you're like, what the
go
fuck that shit even
crazy.
come from?
Everybody's talking about his ankle. Come back next game, put up 30. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But unless the Warriors get a win, that wouldn't amount to Steph
I mean,
getting
Steph
back in the
Curry is
league.
going to have to play like Isaiah Thomas when he was facing against the Lakers in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Hobbling on one leg, making some ridiculous ass shots, but they need to win. If that's going to be the case, it's going to be one of those type of games. If that's really going to happen, him hobbling on one leg for 4 straight quarters exhausted himself and score at least 40.
Yeah, first
So
quarter,
we don't
JB.
need to score 30, but if he's going to have to carry that team and be tied up 2-2, Steph's going to have to go off for 40 to 45 points.
He might have to. I mean, it's. I don't know. It's an interesting. Like I said, it's a weird series. I'm sure you guys want to go off about Draymond having a bad game.
I mean, I told you, wasn't we expecting this, Mike? And we said it on the last episode. I said game 3 was going to be so what he was either going to get thrown out or some other shit was going to happen. Because I think they know, and you know how the Boston fans were. Fuck you, asshole. Yeah, you know we are the most grimiest NBA crowds in the whole history of the NBA itself. So I was expecting the crowd to be saying some shit to try to throw him off his game, and it worked.
See, I don't know if it worked. Like, so
well, fine.
Here we go.
The only way that would have worked. All right. The only way that would have worked is if he did get thrown out, as I predicted the last episode. That I said, game 3 he was going to get thrown out, and then I said that, and that didn't happen. He got fouled out.
He fouled out, so I mean, you wasn't too far off.
But still, I just wanted him to just go through that tunnel. Someone threw a couple soda at his face. That's what you don't know. That's Boston for you. You know niggas would do that shit if they truly despise your ass in that building, a.k.a. Kyrie and some other people.
And I didn't think it was going to get to that because Draymond's not dumb. And he knew what he was walking into. And I do feel like he was a little measured because he knew what was going, he knew what was up. But like I said, facts and stats. Did you guys know that in games that Scott Foster was the referee, the Celtics are 12-0 this season? Did you know that? Did you know that?
Are you basically saying this referee is betting on these games and he's making sure that this particular team wins? Is that what you're saying to me?
I'm going to throw in the word allegedly and just point out the fact that when do you ever see Steph Curry get 3 fouls in the first half? When does that ever happen?
Wait, he was facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. They did that before. It wasn't the same referee in that same series too.
It might have been Scott Foster. I don't know.
I'm
just
so
saying
we can't say that because
game,
it's a Celtics thing, right?
The Celtics, this game, the Warriors did not lose because of the refs, but this game was a weirdly officiated game. I feel like the refs were waiting for something to happen, and like they were too antsy because I thought they were real ticky tack early, and it was like, well, let's play ball, let's hoop, let's see if something happens before y'all jump out the window. And then by the time the game ended, it was real physical. It was real physical by the end of the
I
game.
mean, you're facing a blue collar team, for crying out loud. What was you expecting when you was facing, and what was our reputation when it comes to these Celtics? We were a tough, hard nosed blue collar team. And that was some of the aspect that I think people were looking forward to. They was looking to see how physical can we be against this Warriors team. And you see Draymond trying to pick the fight with JB for 2 games. And then you see that kind of transpiring there, and then the rest was just like, oh, well, that's just regular Draymond doing his regular stick. So they was expecting a lot more to try to transpire to try to plead their case. And they got something to go into the sports world, First Take and Undisputed tomorrow, which are all over this damn thing.
Yeah, they're gonna say Draymond sucks and Draymond needs to control himself, and
he could have got thrown out on this play, blah 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 blah. But that didn't happen. You know how Nick from First Things First always been chatting around about that stuff. But like you said, I think they was waiting for something to happen, but he get fouled out instead of get thrown out the game, and then they would say, "Oh, look at the reputation that Draymond brings to the table." But yeah, he can have all this time to jump on his podcast to talk about all this stuff. That's another thing.
And none of that has anything to do with his play on the court.
Apparently, somewhat, by the way that he talks, it does.
Yeah,
have you not listened to the last episode?
Yeah, 2 points. He had a whopping 2 points, just like Al Horford and Marcus Smart last game.
And Marcus Smart did more this game than he did the last game.
I felt like the Celtics were playing 5-on-4 at times. I felt the same way last game. Like, he's out there at the 3-point line standing there. He's not going to shoot the ball. So how does that differentiate you between you and any other center who can't shoot the 3? The only thing that differentiates him is supposed to be his defense. Like, in certain ways that he does things like setting screens. So, but like if you have a really good screen setting center who can't shoot the 3, I don't see why they can't be as effective as Draymond. Like, you could argue actually that Ben Simmons could be just as effective as Draymond Green out there.
Ben Simmons is a better player than Draymond.
Exactly, because he's going to be more athletic. He can
handle. He can score. Ben Simmons is a really good player.
So basically, Draymond is just, they're out there playing 4-on-5, the Warriors at times, and they don't really have much of an answer. Like, I don't really see what their answer is gonna be besides they gotta make shots. But
I
Draymond, he knows he already said that Tatum should be top 5 MVP next year. So he knows what's up.
I think Draymond's gonna have a better game on Friday. I think the key to Friday.
It's defense and aggressiveness.
Define better.
I think he'll score more than 2
aggression.
points,
or maybe a double-double.
I don't know if he'll get a double-double, but I could see anywhere from 6 to 10.
Draymond can get 10 points.
6 to 10.
Draymond can get 10 points and 10 rebounds.
I can easily see Draymond having one of those 8 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block kind of game.
So basically, what you're saying is Draymond is going to be playing the Dennis Rodman role. Don't play that much offense, but play extensive defense.
And the difference between Draymond and Rodman, though, is Draymond is a playmaker. Draymond can pass the ball.
I'll even give Draymond 2 threes next game.
If he hits 2 threes, y'all in trouble.
I'll give him 2 threes and 12.
Y'all in trouble.
Draymond hit 3. No, if Draymond hit 4 threes, then that's something else.
Y'all in trouble.
You said if this man made 2 threes and we are in trouble. Do you not hear yourself right now?
Draymond can't shoot.
Yeah, he can shoot, but you wouldn't trust him with the ball in his hand at the dead last 3 seconds.
I mean, that responsibility
goes strictly over to Clay and to Steph. You don't put that in Draymond's hands like that. So
it
when
would
you
just depend on how his 2 threes are scored. Like if one of his threes is scored, like Warriors up 6 points, Draymond hits a fucking 3, Celtics take a timeout at any point throughout the game, then that could be a dagger type 3. So if the Warriors keep piling on. So, but yeah, I don't think Draymond's gonna do anything special this series. Like he said, like that, the X's and O's aren't gonna change throughout the series. But at least that's the way that he feels for his team. And he said the X's and O's aren't going to change. There's really no adjustments to make. So they're just going to come out and play their same game and making miss shots. We got to make them miss shots. And I think that we're the better team in the half court. No, I don't think any team in the NBA right now is playing better basketball, half court basketball than us. And the only one stopping us will be ourselves turning over the ball.
Turnovers will definitely be the key in Game 4 because
still got season 6 though. We need to win it back on our home court. The crowd goes crazy, runs onto the court, just the way that it was back in the 80s. It was, we just need that magical moment. Oh my God, the turnaround of the season. The Celtics that turnaround coming from the 11th seed all the way up to the 2 seed and winning it all on their home court. What a Cinderella story, and what that would be for the newspapers the very next day. And everyone here in the city is going to be grabbing those newspapers because you already know that we do.
The Celtics need to play with that sense of urgency in the next game. Because
and in that game 5 too, they need to be able to make that statement. Listen, even though we're not at home, we need to either give it all the fun that we got or bruise them.
They're putting me in
that horrible to game 6. No, now we need to just take the motherfuckers apart. Play physically, bruise them up, fatigue their asses.
They're putting me in a situation where game 4 at home and then game 5. So there only has to be 2 games. If we win them both, if we win them both, then essentially game 4 is our last home game. So like, I would really like to be at a closeout game at TD Garden. I don't know how much it would cost to get in, but
the balcony seats right now, the balcony seats right now, like you said, was like $700.
Yeah, we're in a weird situation where it's like game 4 could be the last home game if we handle business game 4 and then finish out game 5. So should Celtics fans buy tickets to game 4, expecting that to be the last home game? I would say, or you just hope that, you hope that they win, they celebrate in Golden State, and we'd be happy with that.
Bittersweetness, though. I'd rather win it on our home court.
I think that's the only way y'all can win this series.
That's the true Cinderella story right there. We have to win it on our home court. We have to. I can't imagine us winning it in Golden State and then that would be great for Jalen, but I would say like it would be great for more other team. You win it at home. You came from this deficit, a whole new coach, just the whole new everything, the whole new chapter, and now look at the transaction that you guys been through for the last 5 months.
Yeah, if there happens to be a game 6, I gotta go.
Which I have a funny feeling it's gonna be a game 6 situation, the same way how it was for the 2008 championship when we won a game 6 at home.
We're a road team, so there's no reason why we can't win a game 5. The only reason why,
right.
Like
and I understand that, though, but I have a feeling like these referees, though, right? Like you said, right? These referees, right? They're going to try to pull some foul shit to extend this series, and that's why I'm saying 6 because they're gonna be like, nah, this thing is already over with. I want to go enjoy my summer. Yo, let's just wrap this thing up right here, right now. You foul, you out.
I just think we gotta. Well, I know this is hard with you two, but put a little respect on Golden State's name. This series is not over.
First off, we've been putting respect on Golden State ever since Mark Jackson was running that team as a head coach, and that's why I love that team. and then all of a sudden they backdoored his ass, and then they brought in Steve Kerr. I could have walked away at that fucking time period, but no, they kept it going and they made the right moves as far as picks was concerned and certain trades that happened.
I've given them their respect, but this is the revenge tour, and they're still part of this revenge tour. If we win a championship, this is the last stop on the revenge tour. I'll never forget 2016. It was the 4th of July, and they stole KD. They ruined our 4th of July. So fuck them. There's no way in this world that they should have gotten Kevin Durant, but somehow they did.
You're still stuck on that?
Had they never gotten Kevin Durant,
You're still stuck on that?
I'm not sure that they would have gotten to the heights that they gotten to. They said they were.
I think they would have.
The league. I still don't believe it. They're not light years ahead of the league. Okay, Steph and Clay are getting older, and I mean Clay. Clay has had injuries, so you weren't expecting that when you said that, I'm sure, but it is what it is. And
I hear you.
And the Celtics are proving why they've always been a really tough matchup for Golden State. Like going back all the way to like 2016, we've been a pretty good matchup against Golden State throughout the regular season. And yeah, I feel like we have the team. We have the team to beat them. The Jays and the way our team is constructed is perfect to beat Golden State. So I don't underestimate them at all. I just really believe in our team.
I understand. I think it's very close.
And I believe in this team too. You know that we bleed green up here in the Northeast. Sorry, Mike.
In New England. But I think the series is still close. I picked Boston to win this one. I picked Golden State to win in 7. I'm not surprised where we're at. And no surprise, I'm picking Golden State to win on Friday. But would it surprise me if Boston won? No.
If Steph don't play.
If Steph doesn't play, then
if Steph doesn't play on Friday,
win.
That's when you know that we're gonna win that game.
Boston's winning. If Steph doesn't play, the series is over.
Right.
Probably in 5, definitely in 6. But
I'm still
I'm assuming I'm going with what Trey is saying, and I think Steph will be okay. So with that, I'll go Golden State is going to win.
You and Dukes need to eat a dick, bro. You and Dukes.
I don't need to.
I always been a Warriors fan. I'm like, since when, bitch?
I'm not a Warriors fan. I am an analyst.
You are a wannabe analyst.
I like that.
You're trying to be one.
I don't need to ask you two. I'm just going to put the graphic up because I already know what you two are going to say.
Come on, say
there's no need to
don't put that on me, all right? Because the Celtics have not been the best home team throughout all of the playoffs.
Which is true.
And they do this thing where they win, then they lose, then they lose.
Exactly. So,
are you picking Golden State?
With that said, I'm gonna pick the Celtics.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So
that's what I thought.
The Celtics
yeah, man, that graphic up.
Narrative that they can't win games at home. They're gonna win both games at home. Okay, it's a tale of two halves. The Celtics have been winning the first half, or it's been an equal game the first half, and then the second half, each game has told its different story. The Golden State has pretty much taken over the third quarter of every game. It depends on how well the Celtics play in that first half. If we have a lead going into that first half, that gives us a cushion. Like the Celtics have been playing, I don't care what series it's been throughout the playoffs. They've been giving themselves leads, and then the other team has had to erase the deficit. Whether that's Giannis, Jimmy Butler, that's just how it's been. And now it's Golden State. They need to keep it up, keep their foot on the gas.
No breaks.
Okay. Well,
no breaks.
We've got our predictions. I have Steph having another good game. I think
if he plays,
I think Game 4 has the potential to be the Jordan Poole game, but we'll see.
The Jordan Poole. You
Yeah.
mean? Oh, so wait a minute. So you mean the Tatum rules now?
I mean, I don't know which Tatum is going to show up. I don't know.
Did you see that there was like a graphic put out? I don't know if it was by Bleacher Report or something. It was the Finals MVP ladder and had like top 5, and they had the audacity to put Jordan Poole on that list.
Well, he
Damn.
had a good game too.
I think he was at like number 3.
That's
That
too
was the
high.
most disrespectful part about it.
That's too high. That's too high. I mean, he's playing good, but not
But
number 3. I mean, I can
I
make
could
the
argue he
argument.
shouldn't even have been on the list just because he
Yeah, I
had
would say
a buzzer beating shot, half court shot, in a good game too. He should be on the list.
I can make the argument that Andrew Wiggins should be on there before him.
Right.
And Wiggins had another good game tonight. So
I know 4 guys definitely over him, and that's Steph Curry and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and Derek White. I'm putting all of them over him.
I feel like, I mean, Derek White kind of came back to earth a little bit tonight, but
Yo, listen. Now
But
I'm starting to
this
really
is going
appreciate
into
more of
tonight.
Derek White more than anything right now because of this last 2 series that he really came and really said, "Yo, yeah, he was shocked that he was traded, but he came into a better situation." And then you see how that kind of blossomed into the whole defensive end with him and Marcus. So I'm like, yo, that was actually a great trade, man. You know, you're saying kudos, Brad. I respect that.
Yo, shout out to Marcus Smart, man. Marcus
And
Smart
shout
has
out
been
to
holding
Marcus
them
Smart,
down
man, for real.
all
The heart and
playoffs.
fucking soul of this damn team, and he put in work tonight.
When you look at the stat sheet and he's putting up 20-point games, like
I was
he's
like,
our point guard.
oh, wait a minute, Matt.
And part of this big
Wait a
three
minute,
was
Mike. And it
perfect.
wasn't Dylan the one that said the last episode that Marcus Smart needs to play the way that he was before. And you see
he
that
came
happen
back.
tonight?
He came back and played.
So Dylan, man, stop ducking and dodging us.
But to Dylan's defense, he did say he didn't think Marcus Smart would have 2 points again. Because
But then again, he was proven
thought he
wrong.
was going to play like that. Marcus
And then
Smart's
he was
way
proven
better
wrong
than that.
when it comes to home court, though.
Well,
I just need Jaylen to get 20 again, game 4, so he can prove he gets 20 in his sleep.
So what? It's going to be Jaylen basically scoring the first 2 quarters, and then Tatum's going to come in for the 4th quarter, and then he's going to start shitting on people. That's the formula.
That was the formula for tonight, and it worked pretty damn well. It worked pretty well tonight.
Can't do that every time, though, man. That's the only problem.
If you could, you have to be world champs.
And if we could, a lot more other teams would know that scheme and would know what to do. So they would need to flip flop it around. Tatum needs to go off in the first 2 quarters, and then Jaylen could for quarters 3 and 4. Just to get the whole switcheroo type of aspect to it. But then again, I could be wrong. And then you still got some point shooters coming off the bench too, like Pritchard and shit like that too. So you can shift it around.
Regardless, we will find out
Yikes.
Friday.
When I'm actually in my studio, yeah.
Ready to go. I will be on location again in South Carolina, but I will be here. We will be here. Make sure that you hit that like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button. Bing, bang, boom. I don't know about y'all. Blackheart's working. Got a Stephen A. fit on, but I'm getting ready to go to bed.
Hey, listen, man. I'm just trying to be a sports analyst just like you are, man. Listen, let me put you to this with Mike.
We're going to hit our goodbyes.
Don't
Trey,
patronize my team, Mike. Don't patronize my team, okay?
Yo, it's good.
Go ahead,
Glad
Trey,
the Celtics get the W. Glad the Celtics get the W tonight. Can't wait for game 4. Shout out to the Speak On It podcast for having me on again. Hey man, Dylan, I can't wait to see what you have to say for Game 4. I'll be waiting for you to respond. I'm sure Jalen has heard what you've had to say about his lack of consistency. So I'm hoping that he can bounce back with another 20-point game. So we're going to see.
Hey, yo, man, it's your black host with the most, with the roast. You already know what time it is. It's Blackheart, the boss, Dawn Bigavell of Off the Talk Roast Podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for the Speak On the podcast and for OTTR. Got some joints coming out, season 6. We're still on a hiatus, so next month. Big Mike, you still ain't shit. I'm going back on my belt, you son of a bitch. And Dylan, I can't wait for this lame ass excuse for Friday, man. I'm actually looking forward to this. So if it's going to be a handicap match between me, Cuz, against you, we're going to have a fun time on Friday. So looking forward to it. Black Stephen A. Smith of wrestling, bitch.
Thank you to everyone watching. We are up pulling a red eye shift right now. But like the fella said, like, share, subscribe. Thanks to Twitch, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music. We're on Audible now, so follow us where you can. And yeah, we will be back here live whatever time they finish Friday. We'll be here. We're going to wrap it up. But for now, I'm going to just say good night. And I do have one graphic that we're going to put up, and we're just going to leave it
wait a
there.
minute. Wait. One more thing, too. Cyber Yeti says Big Mike ain't shit. Tell him that I said that. Your adversary out of nowhere.
Like, he needs to go to bed. Like, who's tell him to go to bed?
Yo, the beef is never going to end. The beef is never going to end between y'all two. It would never end.
He's got school in the morning. Tell him to
You
go to
can't
bed.
get rid of me. I'm in your head, boy.
Go to bed.
Living in your head rent free.
But we are going to put up this graphic. There's nothing else to say. Full support here on the Speak On the podcast. And we're just going to leave that up. We are BG thinking about you. And with that, we're going to just say good night.
Au revoir.